Okay, can anyone hear me now? Can anyone hear me? Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, the intending data analyst in the house. If you can hear me, I want to get yes from everyone. If you guys can hear me, I want to believe everyone can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I welcome everyone, you guys, to today's class, right? To data analysis, SQL for data analysis, right? So I welcome everyone. It has been a long way we guys with coming together, right? And haven't gotten to this point, right? I know it is not easy. It is not easy, right? Looking at the maybe you go to work, you have to come back from work, you have to like rest for some minutes, or some will have to attend the class when they are on the road, or some have to at least sacrifice some other things for them to be able to join the class. It has not always been easy, right? Even we as a facilitator, right? That's not always. But one thing I enjoy, right, when it is time for the class is that I'm coming to meet people that I want them to be like me in the next 6 months. Then in the next 1 year, I want to see them doing at least, if not better than what I'm doing, but almost, right? I know that Rome does not build in a day. So it requires hard working, it requires researching more, reading book, lay your hands on projects, ask people questions, meet people, right? Great networking, your LinkedIn profile, keep your LinkedIn profile busy. You have to keep your, because in today's world, right, where you can market yourself, is LinkedIn, right? I know of LinkedIn. There are other social media where you can still market yourself, but you have to start from LinkedIn, right? You have to start from LinkedIn, right, where you market yourself. Let your LinkedIn profile entice recruiters, right? Let your LinkedIn profile recruiters, right? I always use myself as a how should I put it now? Like, I use myself to encourage people, because I could remember when I transitioned into tech like 6 years ago, right? And remember, after a year, or after second year, after 2 years, right, when I revamped my LinkedIn. I've opened my LinkedIn since when I finished NYC, but I don't use it. I just there. But when I transition fully into tech, right, I revamp my CV. I call people. I want to do my CV. Sorry, my LinkedIn profile, which I revamp, and I started getting people. People started going to my LinkedIn, asking me, "Can you do this? Can you do that?" So that was a day I checked my LinkedIn. I saw one woman from was it UK or USA, if I'm not mistaken, sending me a job if I can do it. Then when I look at the job, I know I can't do it. When I look at the job description, what they want, I know that as at that time, even after 2 years, I can't do it. But what I did was to apply. I apply, then they call me for interview. I did interview, but I learned from the beginning I can't do the job. But I just want to feel how the interview. I did interview, and I know that I didn't get the job, but the feedback and then how the job looked like, right? And it helped me a lot, right? So you can't get there in a day. It's a gradual process. You can't get there in a day, but you can get there in the next 6 months, next 1 year, right? But it require more hard working. Wake up in the midnight, writing SQL query, wake up on Saturday, writing, taking your Excel class, your Power BI, and so on like that, asking people for help, right, where you are lost. And like I said, learning tech, you can't learn it alone. It's a community. It's a community. I belong to more than 5 communities on WhatsApp. I belong to them. Even me myself, I still learn from some people, right? I belong to them. I assist them when they have issue, when they drop their issue. If the one I can attend to, I attend to it, and so on. Even though I have some mentorship people that they create a platform, right? And they added me, and I started mentoring them, share some things with them, right? So that's the way you can learn, right, and become data analyst, data engineer. In the field of data, there are different area, but it's a good thing to start as a data analyst. Learn your Excel, learn your SQL, learn your Power BI. SQL is not something you can learn in a month, 2 months, 3 months. SQL, because everyone in the data space use SQL. You are a data scientist, you still use SQL. You are a data engineer, you use SQL because you implement data warehousing. You are a data analyst, you still pull your data from database. You are a machine learning AI engineer, you still need your data. You still need how you can pull your data from a database and use it to build your model, right? To build your model, right? And so on like that. So it's something that is a continuous, right? So don't just say once the DSA program stop and you now stop there. No. If you really want to go back and look at the number of hours that you've invested, right? When the DSA comes to an end, then you continue from there with your mentorship. Look for someone that can mentor you. Like someone already, one of you guys already chatted me up on LinkedIn. I say, I want you to mentor me. I said, okay, no problem. I will try my best, right? You can reach out to many people. There are a lot of data guys in Nigerians that they are doing fine that you can reach out to on LinkedIn. Don't be hesitate. Reach out to as many on LinkedIn. You can have like 3 or 4, 5, 6 mentor, yeah. I can mentor you, right? Reach out to them, get their phone number, get their email address. Most time they might be busy, but send a mail to them and let them assist you. If you have a problem, reach out to them, let them encourage you. So now on Wednesday, your next class, that's on Wednesday, it's going to be a portfolio building. Your class on Wednesday is going to be a portfolio building. So I don't want anyone to miss the class. I don't want anyone to miss your next class. That is on Wednesday. It's a portfolio building, right? How you can build your portfolio. Before, when you apply for a job, it's just only your CV. You will send your CV or your resume, right, or your cover letter. But today, in the tech space, recruiters will ask for your portfolio. Recruiters will ask for your what? Your portfolio. Can you share your portfolio with me? Right. And your portfolio, it tells a lot about you, right? It tells a lot about you. 6 years ago when I started, we don't have a portfolio then, but I used to keep the record of everything I did, right? I used to keep the record. So when I go for interview and they ask me what have you done, I will just so most if I go for interview, I go with my laptop. I just open my laptop, I just open Power BI, SQL. This is what I've done. This is this. And so imagine that they're asking you a question based on the project you have done. That interview, so you've already nailed it out, you've already gotten the job. There's a project that you work on from the beginning to the end. You wrote your SQL query, you wrote your DAX, you did everything by yourself, and they're not asking you questions based on what you have done, right? At least that job is already yours. So it is important to have your portfolio, and there are ways you can build portfolio. So your next class on Wednesday is going to be a portfolio building, and that class is going to be super exciting. Are you getting me? Super exciting, and it's going to be anchored by one of our ogas in the incubator hub, right? I don't think I'm not going to mention name, right? But one of our ogas. So please get yourself ready, prepare yourself for your next class, portfolio building. So now, yeah, so we for the SQL class, I think we've been able to cover most of the things that we are supposed to do, right? And so when I look at everything that we've done, and so I look at it, at least we've covered like more than 90% of everything in the curriculum. We touch everything, right? At least where we touch. So anywhere, all those things I've touched, you now have to take it from where we stop and take it further, right? Take it further. So today we're going to look at case when. That's SQL case when. We're going to look at case when. I'm going to show you how you can back up your data and how your data can be restored. And I think I've sent it 2 data sets to you guys. One is a backup file, and one is a CSV file. And I believe everyone you might have received it, right? So if you have not received it, I don't know whether you send it to your email or you upload it on your LMS, please check, right? Because I'm going to use those data today's class. Then we're going to look at the uh, white, right? White card. We're going to look at white card, how you can use white card to search for information, right? To check for values, right? Or characters. So we're going to look at that. And so let's continue. Let's start and let's see how far we can go today. So let's look at what is in SQL case when, right? So when you use case when in SQL, it's a conditional expression that allow you to create different outputs, you know, based on a certain condition, right? If this is this, give me this. If A is equals to B, give me C, right? Anywhere A is equals to B, the output I want should be C. Or where 60 is greater than 40, or let's say for instance I want to get age bracket of a customer. So I can use case when, okay, I have a customer that is age between, I think we did that in Excel when we did the and and if, when we said, okay, if a student score between let's say 18 and 40, that's a pass mark. Or fail, no, the student failed, right? Then the student that scored between 41 and 50, let's say pass, or let's say credit, then credit, good, excellent, and so on like that. Now in that scenario, you can also use the same thing, do the same thing with case when, right? So case when is a conditional expression that allow you to create different outputs, right, based on a certain condition. So it's similar to if then else logic in programming language. So in programming language like a Python, R programming, and so on like that, it's the same thing as when you use if then else logic. For some of you guys that are familiar with Python, right? Python or any other programming language, you must have come across it then. But so in SQL, is case when. So this statement is often used to implement logic directly within SQL, making them more dynamic and adaptable to a different scenario. So for instance, look at this one. Say select product name, right? Case category, then when one, then electronics, when two, then so anywhere you see one, turn it to electronics. Anywhere you see two, furniture, three, then else order, then anyone above four, above three should be orders, then end as a category, right? So now if you look at the example now, it said case statement check the category ID of each product and return the corresponding category name and reward and respond the corresponding category name. So that's what. Now let's look at the key point from case when. Flexibility, right? So case can be used in a select statement, update statement, insert order by statement, and making it very versatile, right? Case statement also can make your SQL more readable by replacing nested if. So instead of using nested if, just use case when. Then efficiency is also a benefit of using case when in your query, right? That's one scenario that happened to me 2 or 3 years ago, right? So I get a bank statement. I want to build a report, a cash flow report using Power BI, but the data set is in database. It's one of the FMCG in Nigeria, in Lagos here. So it's one of our customer. So they give us the data. They have a data set in the database, right? And So there's a particular category, there's a particular column called transaction remark. You know, when you go to the bank, when you do a deposit, you will see the remark deposit. If it is withdrawal, you will see withdrawal, you will see the remark withdrawal. When you pay for, let's say for example, I pay for my school fees and I capture the remark school fees, you know, or if it's a VAT loan and all those things. So what I wanted to do is that I want to categorize those, anything that the one that has to do with loan should go to loan, right? There are some that is actually a transfer. Maybe the company transfer from the company's account to one of the staff, and it's a loan. But in the remark, they capture loan. So anywhere you see loan, just categorize it as a loan. Anywhere you see VAT, categorize as a VAT. Anywhere you see maybe all these payments, just categorize. So I was battling. The first what I did, I moved the data to Power BI. I wrote if function to do that. If function. I spent 3 days writing if function. I have not completed it. So it was during research. I reached out to people. I have this problem. How can I solve it? Someone just told me use case when. Go and create a SQL view and use case when. And I've been hearing about case when, even despite the fact I've using SQL, but it's not something that I used. Since that time, I used case when. It solved the problem. The problem I was in the problem for like 3 weeks. In less than 3 days, I solved the problem using case when. So efficiency, readability, and flexibility. All right. So now that's all about case when. So let's go to our studio, our SQL server, and let's look at it practically so that we don't just talk. Right. Let's see how it works. Okay. I believe we understand what case when is now. We are clear of what case when is. Okay. Now, so all the code we've been, I think every one of you guys now should have the updated SQL query. I sent it out last week. I believe you guys should have gotten it. So this is our query, right? So I'm going to okay, sorry. Hard open file. Yes. Okay. So okay. So this is all our SQL query from the beginning of the class. Okay. So we're going to continue from where we stopped in our last class. Right. So today's 26, right? Yeah. So we're going to put today's date. Remember, in primary or secondary school, you need to write dates. It's very, very important. Okay. We're going to continue. So what we'll be doing today is case when. Yeah. That's what we'll be doing today. Okay. Now, okay, so this is the table we are using for our case when. Select all from employee. Right. This is the table we are using, right? We're going to use this table. We're going to use this table, right? So let's continue. Okay. Right. So someone is saying, I need the link for the class. Okay, for the last class. Okay. Right. So we're going to use this table now. No, so remember when we created this column state of origin, when we are trying to update the column one after the other, a lot of people are, is that a way we can update everything once? And I mentioned that we were going to use case when. We're going to use case when to update this table, right? I believe guys will remember that. So that is what we are going to explore, right? We're going to use case when to upload to populate. So the first thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to drop this column called state of origin. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to call it author table employee right? Then drop column state of origin. That's this. So state of origin, right? So we're going to drop this. Okay, so we don't have a state of origin now. So you can see now we don't have a state of origin, right? Now, so the first thing I'm going to do now, so I will now create state of origin again. Then okay. So let's create state of origin now. So it's alter table employee, then add. So the column name is, so we're going to use state of origin now. State of origin. We've done this one, so I'm just repeating this. Right. Then so the data type it should be variable character, varchar. Then the length should be 255. Right. Yeah. So now I'm going to execute this. Then now let's select. So you can see now we have this. You can see it's so none. Now, so I will now we need to fill up the state of origin. We need to fill out the state of origin now. So how do we write our SQL query, our case when that will do that? So you're going to say update, right? Update employee table, right? Then set state, right? Make sure it's in square brackets. If you have open it, but if you close it, you don't need to use square brackets, right? State of origin to be equals to, you understand? Now update employee, set state of origin. You still remember the way we do it, right? When you want to do it one after the other, let's go and check the query. So I want to get when we created this table, and okay. Now, so you can see that it said update employee, set state of origin. You can see that we still follow the same format, but instead of you now say where staff ID, instead of filling it one after the other, you're not going to do that the same thing. So what I'm going to do now, said, okay, from here, I'm going to say case when. Just a case. Now, case, then now say when. When. Now, the only thing, the stress here is that you're going to mention all the staff ID one after the other. You're going to mention the staff ID one after the other. So you're going to say staff ID. So when staff ID is equals to the first one there, it be 200. So it means you still have to write SQL query. You still have to write a long SQL query. Then it should be what? let's say it's Lagos, right? Okay, you understand now? So anywhere you see star 200, just equate it with Lagos under state of origin. Before I proceed, I would like to get if you're on the same page, if it is clear. So I'm going to repeat this now till for everyone, for all the 18 records. So are we on the same page? Is it clear? Do you understand it? I want to get that confirmation, right? If you understand. Okay, clear. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Now, okay, that's fine. So you put comma, then you go to the next one. So instead of I'll just copy this, paste, paste. This is going to be so I'm just going to show you. I have the query already that I've written, right? So I'll come here. Sorry, remove this, remove this. Okay, so change this one to the next one here is what's the ID? What ID 212 212. Then the next one is ID 23. The next one, so let's say ID 23 is Abuja. Then the next one is ID 234. So let's say ID 234 is Adamawa, right? Then the next ID 240, right? Remember when I used this case when to solve the problem. It took me more than 6 hours. I didn't write it in a day. I started writing the SQL query because it's a bank statement for one of the biggest FMCG in Nigeria, right? So imagine the bank statement, and it's not only they have about 14 banks. So imagine writing a case when for 14 banks, right? So it's not, I didn't write case when in just a day, right? I wrote it in a because I spent 3 days writing it. Then after that, I automate it. I created the SQL view, and I connect the SQL view to Power BI for me to be able to build my Power BI report, right? So writing query, sitting down for hours writing query is one of the things you will see, right? You might not even sit down an hour writing SQL, but when you started writing using Python, that's where you will start sitting down for days writing queries, and some of you that have been instead of repeating for the 18, is there is no single query. That question, there's no single query. There's no single query, right? This is not for people that want to say single something. No, there's no single query. Even in the Power BI, if you want to do this in Power BI, you are still going to in the Power BI, it's either you are using if function or switch. If you're using any of those things, you're going to sit down and write your SQL query for 1 hour or 2 hours, depending how fast you are. So there's no single query that can do that for you, unless if your data set has everything. So you might not need to write anything. But in the situation, look at my situation now, giving me 14 banks statements, right? And those 14 banks, the first thing I did was I have to append them because they are of the same structure, the same data type. I append all the 14 banks into one single. So imagine that I have a data set of about let's see, I don't know whether it's about 3 million or to 4 million, right? So the only thing that the remark are the same thing, almost the same thing. So the company, my customer has already given me the key points I need. So another thing, so I asked them, okay, give me the key points you want me I'm going to use. So they gave me, I think they gave me about 10 loan, withdrawal, deposit, VAT, FX, KPS, OPS, all those things, and they gave me. So that's what I used, right, to do that. Okay. So now, so when you now write it to the 18th, so the next thing you're going to do, you now say else. So let's say the last one. So you've already captured everything. You now said else, then unknown. So anyone is not captioned that you didn't capture, so it will be unknown, right? It will be unknown. Then you can say end. Then you close your right. So that is the way you're going to write it, right? This is how you can use case when. So like I said, I have the complete one here. So let me go to copy it, but I'm just showing you how you can do that, right? I'm going to show you. And okay, so I believe we are on the same page. Okay, question, sir. Can you share your email address or your WhatsApp contact? Thank you, sir. Okay, some of you guys have my number. At least more than 2 or 3 people have been calling me on this. Right. So then how do we get all these formulas, sir? It looks as if you have memorized all the procedures, sir. How do we get a way forward when we want to write a query? I didn't memorize, so I did not memorize, right? I did not memorize. And secondly, is that before I come to the class, I practice. You know, as a teacher, now some of you maybe during your NYNC, you know, before you go to class, you practice now. So imagine anytime I have you guys class, my daily activities, I stop by, though I close from office by 4, but when I'm working from home, I don't have a closing time. Even after this class now, I'll still continue working. So I'll close. I will take like 1 hour or 2 hours to prepare ahead, right? So I did not memorize, right? I did not memorize. Then practice make perfect. Thank you. So you need to practice often and often. So when you practice, it makes you perfect. All right. So now if I run this now, you know, so even most time too, we still make mistake even when we come to the class. So okay, sorry. When we come to the class, we still make mistake. And so that mistake is, you know, say right. So let me change this. Okay. Right. Aha. So we're gonna run this now. Okay. So 8 rows affected. Right. Then so you can see. So I will send everything to you. Right. I'll send everything to you. Um okay. I'll send them. So that's how you can use case when to do that. Okay. Any question? Can we say when staff ID is this, and this, then case in this. Titilayo, you can try it. I've not this is your question. Is see, you know, at times when students ask me some questions, I don't say yes, I don't say no. If the thing that I've not practiced, I've not done, I won't say yes and I won't say no. Right? Because even most time, one of the things I like teaching is that I get a lot of challenges. Right? Teaching make me to research further. You know, imagine your student is asking you a question, right? And if I can't answer, I'll go back and go and research about it. So this is your question now. If this, I've not tried it before. If it works, all right, I might try it. You can also try it if you understand this. So if you understand this one we just did now, try this one. When this one work for you, fine, right? You can try it. There are many ways. There are many ways you can get to market, right? Many ways you can get market. Okay, so let's proceed now. Now, so having understand how we can use case when, let's try to use case when to do something right? Let's try to use case when to do something um get the staff age, right? Let's try and get the staff age. Let's say we want to get the staff age. So how do we get the staff age? Look at what we have here. We have date of birth and we have higher date. From this date of birth, we can get the staff age, right? Using case when we can get the staff age using case when. That is the staff age at the point of when the person is being employed. Maybe your first day of resuming at that office, they can determine your age. So what happens is that they're going to use your date of birth, since you submitted your date of birth and the date you resume to get your age, right? Now, let's say for instance, you were given birth to in 22nd of 22nd of September 1990, assume, right? And you resume, let's say May 10, 2002, or let's say May 10, 2020. So if you calculate your age, that should be around 30 years, right? But it won't give them the 30 years because you have not gotten to the month of your birth. It will give you 29, even though that year, okay, let's say for instance now, that I'm going to clock 30 this year. Let's say by June, I'm going to clock 30 by June. If I do my age this month, I'm still 29. I'm not 30. So this is going to give I'm still 29. It's not 30. So it is when I got when so it's that month, that particular month. If I do the same calculation that particular month, yes, I'm going to get my accurate age. So that's what we want to do now. So how do we get that? We are going to subtract date of birth from higher date. Then will give us age. It will give us age. So what if you want to get the state with the highest employee or staff or topmost employee state, sir? What if you want to get, sorry, this person that is repeating your question like 100 times like this, Austin, what if you want to get the state with the highest employee staff or top most employee states? We've done this now. Go and check your SQL query. Celestine, Augustine, Austin. We've done this. This is what we did in our first week. We've done this. Yeah, check the SQL query I sent to you, right? You check or you watch the video, right? You will get your answer to your question, right? It should be date of birth from today's date. Okay, let's look at it. Then that will answer you. So I'm going to say alter table, right? Alter table, that's employee table, right? Then add age, right? Then as so the column, the column name is age, right? So add age. So I will now say I would want to use date difference. Now, if you are using this kind of a parameter like date difference, date month, date year, it should be follow like two parameters. Should follow two parameters. So what I mean by parameters is like, let's look at it. So open bracket, we're going to do year, right? It's going to extract year, right, from date of birth, date of birth, right, comma, then higher date. Higher date, then now, so hard age as date difference, then year. So what we need from the date of birth is just the year. It's the year that we need. Now, for that, so in that said, something must be there that place. So case when, right? So we'll say when month. So from the higher date, I need month. When month is less than, let me just write this, less than the month in date in the in date of birth. Just copy this. Sorry, here. Then close brackets. Then say or months open brackets higher date is equals to, let me copy this too. So I'm going to explain then, and let me day. Right, then copy this, paste it here. Okay, then less than day, then date of birth. Right, yes, this, then 1, or else 0, then end. Okay, sorry, let me run, I want to run it. Let's see, might get some error. Okay, incorrect syntax. Then so go comes to this place minus, and let me run it now. Incorrect syntax. Okay, near keyword 5586. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me check the one I wrote before the class. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, one more bracket. Okay, yeah, that's so. Let me run it now. Should be fine. Ah, it's still giving me error. Okay. I'm troubleshooting. Don't mind me. Okay. Now let me run this. It should be okay. Yeah. How? Okay. Now let's go back to the query again. Okay. Okay. Then 1. Oh, some people are. Oh, sorry. I didn't look at the. Okay, it's supposed to be, yeah, it's 0, not O. Yeah. Thank you. I see some people in this class. Emmanuel, Victor, David, Olashade. You guys are top notch. Yeah. Folashade, my namesake, Ayodele. Yeah, you guys are top notch. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. Let's look at the query now. Let's look at what the query does for us. So basically what this query is doing for us is to minus date of birth from higher date. Date of birth from higher date. That will give us the age, right? Now, so look at the way the query went. So hard age. So from here to this place, right? What it's doing is that the hard means to create a column, and the column name is what? Is age. Create a column name, and the column name is what? Is age. Now use date difference. Date there are so we have this SQL built-in functions. All right. We have date difference. Let me check. There are many of them, right? We have date difference. We have date month. No, date. I can't remember some of this. Is it date quarter? So I use them of recent, but I can't remember them. So there are different functions, like inbuilt SQL functions, right? That you can use to get, let's say for instance, you want to get your year, your month, your quarter, right? So there are different those built-in SQL functions. So one of them is date difference. So when you are using date difference, it must follow by two parameters. Two parameters. So let's say for instance now, if I'm using month here, I can use month here. I can get it in a month. I can get it in a quarter, right? Is it quarter is part of them? Okay, yeah. So you can get it in a quarter. You can also get it in day, right? So you can see, right? Aha. So when you're using this, it follows by either year, month, quarter, or day. Or I think week is also part of it. Week, yeah, weekday, yes. Aha. So you can see them, right? Now, then followed by two parameters. So if I remove higher date from here and I execute, I'm going to get error. It said the date different function require three arguments. So there must be three arguments. There must be three arguments. Whenever you are using date difference, all those date stuff, right? There must be three arguments. So, right, then higher date, right? Then now, so we have a column called date of birth. We have a column called higher date. So what minus is doing is that, so comes down to this place. Said when month, when month, that's higher date, is less than the month in date of birth, right? Or when month in higher date is equals to month in date of birth, and when day, is emphasizing on the month. Like I said, when I explained that, just say, let's say for instance, I will be 30 years next month, right? And I join organization today. If they're going to calculate my age based on the data I gave to them, I will be 29. Even though I'm going to be 30 next month, I will be 29. So you can see that I said when month is either less than. So you're going to look at, so there are people that the month is less than or the month is equals to, they join in the month of their birthday, or they join the month that less than their birthday. So if they join in the month that is greater than their birthday, they are already, it's going to be 31, right? So it's going to be that month. So let's say if I join today and I'm 29 this month, next month I will be 30. So from next month to the December, I will be 30, 30, 30, 30. So that's why you do not see where month is greater than month. Are you getting me? So our emphasis is that when month is less than or equals to, right? Can we use Julian date? So I didn't get you. Julie date. Oyinola, I didn't get your question. Okay, so someone, this Ramoni Dolapo, your question is that in the last class where we export from SQL Server to Excel, I found out that, so in as much that you are able to export successfully, forget about the number of record. You can always fix that. That's maybe you can always fix that, right? Now, so let's continue. So then, and day, higher date is less than or date in the date of birth, then should be 1, or else give us 0, then you close it. So that's why we're able to get this column, right? Right. So I want to get this is not clear, sir. Okay. Okay. But how many of you are are you able to understand this one I just did now? If it's clear to you, let me know. Let me see. Let me get the response. If it is clear, if you understand, let me know. I want to see. Right. If you understand this date difference using case when. Someone is saying it's not clear. Someone is saying it's clear. Okay. Following. Okay. Okay. It is not clear. Okay, it is not clear. Clear, sir. It is not. No, please. Okay, so I'm going to go over it again. I'm going to go over it again. So for those that said it is not clear, okay, come again. So I'm confused. Let's go over it again. So the first thing you need to understand now is that, do you understand what is case when? If you understand what is case when, then you understood what we did here, right? How we use case when to create informations for state of origin. Then, if you understand to that part, and if it is from here that it's not clear, right, I'll quickly go over it again. But if it is not clear from here, but I believe that it is clear from here down to this place, then here it is where the problem is, right? So let me explain what I did here. The first thing you need to understand here is that, how do I get the age? If you understand that, what I want to do is to minus date of birth from higher date, or higher date from date of birth. So we are doing a substitution minus, right, date of birth from higher date. That is what we did. Are you getting me? So if you understand that we are subtracting date of birth from higher date, then it's fine. You understand it. Are you getting me? You will understand it. Minusing this from this, then you understand it. Now, we now want to put it in a query. So if you look at it now, the first thing we did here is say alter the table, right? We are trying to modify employee table. So alter table is what we are going to use. Then add age. Add this column called age. Add this column called age as a what? As a date difference. As a date difference. So I said, date difference is just like difference in date. Date difference is just like difference in date. You are trying to get difference in date. You have two dates in your table. You have date of birth, you have higher date. So you want to get the difference. Just like you have 8 and 4. 8 minus 4 will give you 4. So you are using a substitution sign, right? You are subtracting 8 from 4. It will give you 4, right? So, but in SQL, we are using date difference. So date difference will automatically help us to minus date of birth from higher date. Are you getting me? Now, so and I said, if you are using date of birth, it must follow. Sorry, if you are using date difference like this, it must follow 3 arguments. You must follow 3 arguments. 3 arguments. So when you are using this, it means in your table you must have, like, let's say for instance now, if I'm going to do year, then in my table I must have 2 columns, like date of birth and higher date, depend on what you want to do. If it is one column that you have as a date, then it means it's going to follow year on another parameter like month or quarter. Are you getting me? But here we want to get the difference. So it's going to follow by date of birth and higher date. Then you can see this here, minus. I'm subtracting them, this minus this. So I put this minus here. Then from there, and I use my case when. Case when is that, okay? When month, when month in higher date is less than month in date of birth, or when month in higher date is equals to month in date of birth, you should give me one. That's what you can. That's what you are seeing this here. You should give me one. Someone said the age is not the correct age, but the age of employment. Sorry, we are using a dummy data, right? But if you minus, if you look at 1982 as at 2020, 2018, and 1982 should be what? Let's you can check it as at 20. So anyone born in the 1982 as at 2018 should be 35 or 36. Should be between 35 and 36. Then considering the month, I just explained the month, right? Or it should be 35. Why not minus from today's date? No, you can minus from today's date. If it is you can use today's date, but I'm using date or higher date. The date the higher. So you can use in Excel we have today and now. In SQL you have today. Whatever you have in Excel, you have it in SQL. It's just like you have not researched it. If you remember, we did that when we were doing this. You guys don't follow my class. Look at what we did here. What this get date is doing for us, it's going to give you today's date, right? It's going to give you today's date. So that's what this. So if you follow this class from the beginning, when we did this, when we created a table for DSA more, I mentioned it that if I execute this, it's going to give me today's date. So we have it. But for this query, I'm using higher date. So when you are practicing on your own, you can use today's date. So it means if you are minusing the date of birth and using today's date, it will give you. So if this person now, this 1982 now, if I are using today's date, that's 2025, right? Should be around 40, 41 or 42, right? It should be around 41, 42. When you want, so one thing I want you guys to understand what I'm teaching you. When you are practicing on your own, you can explore. You can explore. That's the best way to learn. Understand what your teacher is teaching you. Then when you are practicing on your own, okay, that's what I did myself. After the class, I still go back. I will take most of what you guys say. I will go and practice this on my own too. So that's the best way, right? Now, so when I said when month, our time has gone. When month is when month in the higher date is less than this, or when month in higher date is equals to this, you should give me one, or else give me 0. And that's why you can now see date. Day in higher date is less than. So what we are interested in that the day in the month is less than, then give us the age. If it is greater than the date in the date of birth, automatically it's going to give the person's correct age. So that's what we are trying to get. Now look at where we get -5. It's a dummy data. How can someone date of birth is 2022 and the higher date is, so it means we've hired the person before the person was given birth to. So you can see that it's a dummy data. Right? It's a dummy data, right? He can't give you 100%. It's going to give you. So if you are working with a real life, we can now look at it. But in a real life, it is not more than this, right? So let's go on break. When we come back, we continue. So when we come back, we're going to continue with case when again, and now use the case when to categorize this age into manager, senior manager, manager, or assistant manager, right? When we come back from break. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Anyone hear me? Okay, okay, let's continue. Someone say, I'm looking for a serious study partner. Okay, okay, serious for a study partner. Can anyone see my screen? Okay, is my screen visible? Okay, okay, no, sir. Okay, okay, you should be able to see my screen now. Okay, yeah, you can see my screen now. Okay, so let's continue now. My screen is visible. So so let's quickly go over this again. Then from there we'll continue, right? Because we still have a lot to cover tonight, right? So like like I was saying before you guys went on break, what we are trying to do here is to just to get the different the subtracting date of birth from higher date. That will give us age. And so some of you are getting it confused that why are we not using today's date? You can use today's date when you are practicing on your own. But for this class, what I wanted to do is that what they want us to do is to use the higher date to get their age, the date, the year they hire them, right, to get their age. So if they said we should use today's date to get their age, yeah, we should have done that, right? Now that should be a homework or assignment for you when you are practicing on your own. When you understand higher date, then use date of today's date to get the age, right? That's going to be like a plus, right? So then we're able to get this age. Now let's continue. So let's say for instance now I want to do the last one for case when. So let's say for instance, I want to get something from this age. I want to use this age to categorize that. Okay, if you are between this age and this age, you should be manager. If you are this age between this age, you should be senior manager. If you are this age between this age, you should be um let's say manager or executive trainee, right? So let's use the case when to do that. I have the SQL query here, right? Okay, let me just copy then explain it, right? Right. So look at, if you see what I did here was to first of all say if you are 60 and above, 60 and above, you should be senior executive. Assume, but let me go to change it to senior and above is too much. Let's say 50 and above, senior executive. Then let's say okay, let me start from here. When you are 26, let's say 26 below, 26 below should be assistant manager. Then let's say 25. Then let's say from 26, 26 and 35, it should be manager. Then let's say from 35, or sorry, 36 to to 49, right? Senior manager. Then 50 and above, senior, or let's say director. It should be executive director, not even senior director. Executive director, right? Yeah. So it should be executive director when you are 50 and above. Now, so I'm going to come here and I say select staff ID, first name, gender, state of origin, age. Then case, when age is greater than or equals to 50. When age is greater than or equals to 50, you should be executive director, right? Executive director, ED, right? Then when you are now between 36, 36 and 49, 49, right? You should be senior manager. Then when you are 26, right, and 35, you should be manager. Then when you are less than 25, below, then should be assistant manager. But let's say 25 below, let it be executive trainee. Executive trainee. Because if you join Big Four, right? Let's say executive trainee, else unknown. Then head as age group. So it's going to create a column called age group. Let me put it like this, age group. Right. Then from which table? From employee table, right? From employee table, right? So that's what this is going to do for us. Then, right, let me check something here. Right. Then close this. So now let's execute. Okay. So you can see. Okay, someone said, why do we have to? Okay, here. Let's check something. Okay, based on your question, let me copy it. Someone asked a question. Amma Grace. Let me copy it. Let's see. His question is okay. Then I'm going to select her or her. So let's see. Then let's make it group 1. Let's see. Okay. So you can see incorrect syntax near the case. So something is, yeah, it's something that can, all right, you can find why it's giving us. So select all, but it's returning an error, maybe because of the case when, right? So that's why it's returning that. But so you see, it didn't work. But I can troubleshoot this. There should be a way to see it. I can troubleshoot. Then I'll get back to you guys. Maybe before I send your SQL query to you guys, I will look at it. That's a nice question that it asks, right? Okay. So we are on the same page now. So if you run this one, if you check this now, you see it's not there. So if you want to save this, right? If you want to save this as SQL view, sorry, as a SQL view, you can just write your create view, then save it. Here you can see everyone below 25 is executive trainee, right? Everyone below 35, senior manager, right? So no one is 50 and above, right? So we don't have executive director. But if your data is growing, if you have more data and in that data you now have someone above 50, automatically it will update your view, right? Oh, executive trainee. Okay, not trainee, not trainee. Okay, thank you. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that is case when. Let's talk about backup and restore. Backup and restore. When we talk about what of okay, let's say file backup and restore. I think I've explained, right, why your file need to be backup and why your file need to be restored, right? I think I've explained, and here everybody should understand why. Someone said I use, sir, can I use Microsoft Access to practice SQL? Can you write SQL in Microsoft Access? If you can write SQL in Microsoft Access, you are good to go, right? You are good to go. Now, so when you have a database, when you have a database like this, right? When you have a database, okay, let me quickly explain why backup and restored. Then from there we'll continue, right? Why do we have to back up our data? Sorry. Okay. When we talk about file backup and restore in SQL, so file backup and restore are essential operation, right, in SQL Server that help you protect your data from loss or corruption. So imagine you have a C drive, you have a hard drive, all those people that used to carry hard drive on up and down. If you have hard drive and you save a lot of information on hard drive and you misplace the hard drive, what happened? What happened? So it means all your information is gone. Or on your laptop like this, like on your laptop, you have all your information on your laptop and all those information is not backup either in a separate folder or in the cloud, and your laptop is stolen from you. What happened to your data? What happened to your file? Everything is what? Is gone, right? So imagine a bank. I think I use one of the bank, for instance, that they have their data center in VI and they have a backup in Bagada, right? Why do they have to spend money, right? Because it's a money. When you're establishing a data warehouse, if you are using 10 terabytes for your file, your backup should be around 10 terabytes. So imagine how much you are going to spend, right? So why do I have, so anything can happen. Your physical server can be the house can be burned down, war can happen, flood can happen, a lot of things can happen, right? So what happened to your data? It's gone. But when you have a backup somewhere, you don't need to worry yourself, right? You don't need to what? You don't need to worry yourself. So that's the essence of backing up your file. So let's look at there are different type of backup which we might not be able to talk about it. Yeah, it's more or less is for database administrator. You are data analyst, so you are different from database administrator. So we have a full backup. You can do a full backup. You can do a differential backup, right? Now let's look at the benefit of backup, the advantage of backing up your file. Number one is data protection. It protects your data, right? So a file that is a backup provide a safeguard against the data loss or corruption. So in case your data is lost. So imagine the war that has happening in Gaza, in Ukraine. So tomorrow the war end. What happened to the bank that has burned down all those? What happened to them? Them, if they have their data backup in the cloud, by the time they come back to operation, what happened? They just go back to where their data is back up and you restore them back, right? Then Another one is for this data disaster recovery, right? Disaster recovery is another thing why you need to back up your file, right? A file backup enable you to recover in the event of disaster or system failure, right? When there's a disaster, it could be natural, it could be man-made disaster, right? It enable you to what? To restore back your data. Then when I'm talking about restore, you can do a full-time restore, full restore, restore in point time. That is at okay at as a certain time, restore this at 12 o'clock, restore 10 record by 4, 10 record by 8, 10 record, right? So that's what is actually what backup is, right? I think we understand that now. So that's essence of doing backing up your file in database. So let's look at it practically. So I sent a backup data to you guys, and I believe you guys are must have. So if I write backup and back, right? These are typographies. You already know that I mean backup. Just continue with your class, right? So I sent a data to you guys. I don't know if you guys have received it, right? If you have received it, so let's look at how we are going to restore. So I have the data. So I'm going to use this not wind data. This is the data I'm using. Let me see. So look at it. I call it not wind BAK. If you have received it, let me know. If you have received your own, let me know. Right? You have received your own, let me know. Okay. If you have received, okay. So now when you receive it, do you even try to open it? Let's say for instance now, this is my own here. If I open it, try to open it, just click on it and try to open it. Receive, but no, you cannot open it. You cannot open. It's a file that is a backup. That's what I mean. It's a backup. You can't open it. So you understand? So use different. Okay, if you have a Visual Studio on your system, I have a Visual Studio Code, right? I have a Visual Studio Code. If you try to, if I try to, let's say for instance, I want to open it with my Visual Studio, right? I'm trying to open my Visual Studio. Then, or if I go back to them and right click on it and I said open with Visual Studio Code, it will not open. It cannot open either on your phone or your what your system cannot open, how your phone is going to open it. It's that's what I say they call it a backup, a file, right? It's a backup. You cannot open it. So just be assured that you cannot open it. But we are going to open it now. So we are going to open. So it's a backup. Now, let's say for instance, the database is down or something happened to the data warehousing. We've lost all our data, but we have this data back to restore. Then after, we will now show you how to back up. So the file I sent to you is a backup file. Now we want to restore it. Then we'll now show you how to back up, right? Now, let's go back to our database. If you've not received it, you will still receive it, right? You will still receive it, right? Okay. Now, what I sent to you is entire database. It's a database on its own. There are one thing I like about Microsoft that they make a provision for this. If you go online, if you go to If you go to your Google and type adventure work. So Microsoft made a lot of this data available, right? Type adventure work, go to I'm coming, let me check this. Okay, sorry, not this place. I mean adventure work DB. Right, adventure works database. Just type adventure. Okay, let me. I want to get the Microsoft own part. Let me type it. Okay, let's see. Let me put it like this. Sorry. Okay. Am I not getting the link tonight? Adventure walk. No. So just type. I will get. I will once I get it, I will send it to you guys. Right. So it's you can get it online. Adventure works. But this one we are using North Winds. Right. We are using North Wind to open. Now, please pay attention. No, I might not be able to repeat myself. Is this one you are not writing a SQL query to do it. I'm not writing SQL query. It's a step you will follow. You're going to follow a step. Now, I want to restore that backup I sent to you. Now, once you have it, if you download it to your download, right, you need to copy it because Microsoft Studio will not access your download file, but it will access to your C drive, either your C drive, like my own now, I'm using C drive. If you own a C drive or whatever the drive you have on your system, so you have to copy the file. You have to copy it like my own. I have my own here. This is here now. So I have to copy it. I'm going to copy it. So that I copy or I cut. Let me copy it. Then I'll go to my C drive. Go to my C drive. I can paste it anywhere in my C drive. Anywhere in my C drive, I can paste it. Like my own now, I create a folder. You can create a folder for it, right? And I paste it here. So you can see. So you have to please pay attention. Please, everybody should pay attention now, right? You copy it. If you download it, it's going to save it in your either your download or your document. Please copy it from your download or your document and paste it in your C drive. If your system is a C drive or any whatever the drive you are using, paste it there, right? Paste it there. Make sure you paste it there, right? You can create a folder for it. You can create a folder called whatever the name you can call. Like my own, I create a folder, call it Adventure Works. So inside that Adventure Works, I paste it there, right? So, or if you don't, it is not necessary you create a folder for it, right? It's not necessary you create a folder, but just make sure you paste it in your C drive. So once you paste it in your C drive, now let's go back to our studio. Let's go back to our studio. Now, like I said, the file I sent to you is a full entire data warehousing data, right? It's not just one table or two tables or three tables. It's entire data where it's for an organization, right? You can't back up a file, but you can back up the entire database. Now, I haven't done that. So go back to your studio, you pay attention to me, navigate to where you have your database. You have your instances like this. Under your instances, you're going to see your databases. You're going to see your database. Right click on it. Once you right click on it, you're going to see new database, attach, restore databases, restore file and file groups. What we need here is what? Restore databases. Restore databases. Click on it. Once you click on it, another page open for you. Please, you have to zoom your screen, or you have to pay attention to your screen. If you are using laptop, because there's no way I can zoom this, right? So another page open. So in that page, you see restore database. Restore database. Now you're going to see options, database and device. You're going to see database and device. The default one there is a database. The default one there is what? Someone say, where can I locate C drive? I only use local drive for my God. Okay, so the default there is database. Now click on device. Click on the device. Once you click on the device, go to navigate to the end. You will see 3 dotted line. They call it, is it LPs or LPIs, whatever you call it. You will see 3 dotted line like this. You will see it. Click on it. Another page open again, making a third page or second page. Another page open again. Right now, you will see select backup device. It's asking you to specify the backup media and its location from your restore operation. So your location, right? Then you see backup media type. The default there is file. Leave it as file. Leave it as what? As file. Then to your right side, you will see hard. You will see hard. Click on this hard. The moment you click on the hard, it takes you to your local drive. So someone is asking me, how can I locate C drive or local machine? Someone just answer that your local drive is your C drive. That's it. You see it there. It take you to your local machine. Then navigate to that your drive. Either you are using C drive, whatever the driver, your system might be C drive, might be D drive, but I think the common one is C drive. The common one is C drive, right? Aha. Now navigate to that C drive. So if you create a folder for your own, navigate to the folder. If you don't create the folder, you navigate to where you have it. Like my own now, I have a folder called adventure work. So if I click on the adventure work, I will see all the BAK file. Also, mind you, anywhere you see .bak, it means that file is backup. Just like the way you see Excel and the format is .csv, or if it is CSV, if it is Excel, you see XLS. Just like you see a PDF, right? You see .pdf, or JSON file, you see .json, or Packet file, right? All those files have their own format. If you see a Python code, you see IPY. So that's the same thing. Anytime you see BAK, that's a backup, a file that is backup, right? Now, this is the worldwide importers that I want to import, that I want to restore. Then I will click on it. So once you click on it, click OK. Once you click OK, you've closed that page. Then the next thing you see, click OK again. You click OK again. Like my own now, I've already okay. Let me go before I restore it fully. I need to just you guys a minute. I have it already. Let me delete it so that it won't give me error. I'm going to delete it. Okay, that's done. So now, okay, now, so you can see it here now. You can see the adventure works. So this is the device. This is the device part. The database name is going to be worldwide importers. Then the database name is going to be wide, I think you can change it. Yeah, you can change it. If you want to change it, you can change the name, right? Then the last, if you now look at one thing about this database, it's going to tell you when this database was back up. If database was back up 10 years ago, you're going to see the date. If you look at this data now, it was back up October 7, 2022. It even tell you the Friday, the date, the time it was back up. So these are the work of a database administrator. Your mind is just to show you. You might go for interview and ask you, how can you back up? How can you restore? Right? And so you just explain, right? So this is the last time it was back up, right? And now if you click here, it's going to show you some things, but we don't need that. Okay. So now some people say I should go over it again, so I just cancel it. So if you are getting, so I just cancel it. If you are following me up to this place, follow me to this place, then just hold on. Okay, so I'm going to go over it again. Now on the database, right click, right, navigate to restore database. Navigate to what? To restore database. Then I told you another page open, restore database. That's the page, restore database. Then you will see database and device. Database and device, right? Click on the device. Once you click on the device, navigate to your right hand side. You will see three dotted line. They call it ellipse. Ellipse, right? Click on it. Then it open a second page for you. That second page allows you to navigate to your local machine, your C drive when you have your file saved, right? So it allows you to go there. So like I told you to, under this backup media, there are three options there. You don't need to worry yourself about those options. What you just need is the file, right? This file, yeah. Then click add. You're going to click add. So the moment you click add, it takes you to your local machine or your C drive where you have your data. And I said, if you create a folder for your own, you create a folder, click on the folder, like just like the way I create a folder for my own, because I have a different files there, right? Then I click on this word importer, word importers, worldwide importers, right? Then I click OK. Then the next thing, again, I click OK. So it's going to give me the file path. Then it's going to tell me the last time it was backup and so on. Now, the next thing I'm going to do here is to click OK. So once I click OK, it's going to restore it for me. So I don't know why some people are still lost. What we are doing now, we are restoring. The file I sent to you is a backup. It's a BAK. You should understand the difference between backup and restore. The one I sent to you is a backup. They back it up already. We are restoring it. That's what we are doing. After this, now I'll show you how you can do the opposite of how you can do the opposite. What we are doing now is a what? Database restored. We are restoring a database. Okay. Now, so once that is done, then I'm going to click OK. So it's restoring it. It's going to take some maybe one minute or 2 minutes, depend how big it is. Now, database wide world importer restored successfully. So meaning it has restored. So I can click OK. Then I'll go back to my database. Then I refreshed. So once I refresh, I should see it here. So what you cannot open, you will see it now, right? If you go to the table, you're going to see all the tables there, right? You're going to see like more than 20 tables. So this is it. These are for different departments: sales department, purchasing department, application department, warehouse department, right? Right. So now I want to, how many of you done successfully? Oh, coin day, please Done successfully. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, backup failed. Can you send me the error message? Successful. Conde successful. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. At least let me know if you are successful. You are able to do it. Let me know. I want to know. I want to see if you are successful doing that. Got it. Wow. Okay. Omowumi got it. Right. Charge party message. Wow. Correct. Victor correct. Successful. 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 Okay. Instead of some people is still complaining, what is the backup, what is the restore? For you to pay attention to what we are doing. Right. Done. Done, sir. Okay. Successful. When deleting the old backup file on your studio. Why? Oh, someone is asking me a question. The reason why I deleted my own was I've done it before, so I don't want it to duplicate it. That's why I deleted it. Excellence. That's why I deleted it. Okay, successful, done. Make una no lie. Oh, okay. Okay. Unsuccessful. Okay. Janet, unsuccessful. Successful. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Now, the video is there for you to go over it again. It's not hard. You are not writing any SQL query, so you shouldn't have a problem with back up your file, restoring your file. You shouldn't have any problem with that because you are not writing any SQL to do that. Yeah, that you can write a SQL query to do that, but I'm not going to bother you to show you how you can write a SQL query to do backup and restore. But the fastest way to do it is what I'm showing you, right? You don't need to write any SQL query. So it's something that if you don't get it now, sit down after the class and look at it and make sure you are able to do that. You have the data set. If you don't have data set, I told you you can go online. I don't know why I'm not getting this. You can go online and type the adventure works. I don't know why I'm not getting it. Adventure work. Adventure. I'm not getting the correct um link. Adventure works database. Right. I don't know. Okay. You can also you can use this one. Okay, I will send this link to you guys, right? So you can see it here. Let me show you the one adventure. You scroll down. Adventure walk. This is not wind. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me check there. Okay. So if you open your own, you will see a big. Let me try to use another browser to check it. Adventure walk. Adventure walk database. Okay, yeah, So this is the link. I will send the link to you guys, right? I'm going to send the link. Okay, so you can see it here. This one is adventure work. You can download as many here to practice. You can even use the data set to practice. You can see as many, right? You can have the one for OLTP, data warehousing, lightweight, right? I'll get the link. I'll send the link to admin. Then send it across to you guys. Download. So you can see that they are all BAK. So meaning Microsoft has backed it up. Microsoft has what? Has backed it up for you guys. So you just want to show. I just show you how you can restore it. How you can what? How you can restore it. Now let's look at how you can back up now. I've shown you how to restore. The next thing I want to show you is how to back up now. How to do a backup. Okay, right? Let's go again. For those of you that are done it successfully, I can't copy the file from phone to laptop. Please help. See, there are some things that it is not possible. I used to tell people when you are learning data analysis, there are some things it is not possible. Using your phone for learning data analysis, it is never it can't be possible. This file I sent to you, right? I don't know the way they send it to you, whether it's LMS. If you are accessing your LMS on your phone and you download this backup file on your phone, there's no way you'll be able to access it. So what you can do is to access your LMS on your system. So when you are downloading it, you are downloading it on your system, not on your phone. Are you getting me? Say you're not on your phone. Your phone, you don't have any business to do with your phone when you are learning data analysis. Or you can use your phone to enter the class, then you use your laptop. You know, some students do that. They will listen to their with the phone, they use their laptop to practice. But material sent to you, you have it on your phone, you don't have it on your system, then it is not good. Right? It is not good. Everything, whatever they are sending to you, make sure you are downloading directly to your laptop for easy access. Right? Now let's go to backup now. Right? So I'm going to use this, sorry, minutes before we go to backup. um okay, so we're going to delete this. So before now, we have this database called DSA underscore DB. We have about how many tables there? We have DSA Mall, Ikeja, DSA Mall, Port Harcourt, employee, payment, and salary. Sorry, let me remove this. And salary, right? So now this is a database for a company, for Incubator Hub. Now we want to remove it. Sorry, we want to back it up, right? We want to back it up. So it's only going to stop where the data stopped today. So let's say, for instance, what happened tomorrow? So we are backing up only to this. And let's say, for example, from January to today. That is what we are backing up. So what happened to tomorrow transactions, or what happened to the 3 months, 4 months time transaction? How do we do that backup? Then you can create a you can automate your backup, right? But I don't want to go to that part because it's more or less like a advanced or a DBA work, right? But you can explore that if you really want to. You can explore that. Why this is taking time? Sorry, please. Okay. Now I want to back up this DSA underscore DB. I want to back up this. I want to back up this DSA, right? So I'll go to the database I want to back up. The database I want to back up, I'll go there. I'll click on it, or I'll right click on it. Whilst I right click on it and navigate to task, then from the task, I also look for backup. I'll see backup, right? I'll see backup. All these functions here are basically used by a DBA or SQL developers, but these are something that you can explore. Shrink. You can shrink your database. If your database is occupied space, let's say your database occupy like 100 MB, you can shrink, reducing the size. You can shrink your database. There are some caches or something that you not necessarily that is your database. You can shrink it, then it can reduce to like maybe 70 MB, just for you to free some space, right? So I'm going to go to backup. I click on backup. Once I click on the backup, a page open. Backup database called DSA underscore DB, right? From here, you can see the database I want to back up. You can also see them other databases, but I'm only backing up this DSA underscore DB. And like I told you, there are different type of backup. We have full backup, we have differential backup, we have transaction log backup, right? These are things for another day. So I'm going to do full backup. Full backup, that's what I want to do, right? Then once that is done, I don't need to do anything here, right? I don't need to do anything here. Now, please pay attention to this file part here. This is where your database is going to saved. The database you want to restore in your server is going to create the the backup folder for you. So this is where it's going to save. So by the time I back it up now, I'm going to navigate to C drive, navigate to programming, Microsoft SQL Server. Please pay attention when you're trying to back it up. Please pay attention to this, right? Then the next thing is just to click OK. You get a message that the backup of database completed successfully. So meaning I've backed data from January to date. Some organization, what they do is that once they back their data up from January to date, they will truncate the tables. They will truncate. Maybe they don't have money to buy more servers, to buy more space. Once they back up from January to date, or let's say every 3 months, once they back up, they truncate. They truncate the table, then new data will start coming in again. Then after 3 months, they truncate. At least I've worked with one microfinance bank in Lagos here. That's what they do. It's a microfinance bank. They don't spend money much on buying more space or more server. So what they do, every 3 months, they pack it up and they truncate the table, truncate the record. Then new data comes in. Then after 3 months, they truncate again, right? They pack it up and truncate. So even though in the future and they need that data, they can still go back to where it's back up and restore it back again. So now the DSA, we've been able to back it up. Now I'm going to navigate to where I have it. If you check when I was trying to back up, so it's telling me that I should go to my C drive. So I'll go to my this under this PC. Some of you that doesn't know how to locate your backup. Oh, backup successfully. Wow, that's it. So now you go and check. You go to your PC. Once you go to your PC, you will see all your drives. You will see all your drives. Right, click on it. Go to programs file. Your own file path might be different, so it shouldn't be even different. Yeah, it shouldn't be different. If you are using SQL Server, right, it shouldn't be different. Right, then go to programs file, then navigate to Microsoft SQL Server. Then you're going to get, I'm going to get your server name. You will see your server name. Mine is MMS SQL dot this 01. Navigate your own, right? Then you see it. Then you're going to see MS SQL, right? Click on it. Then you will see a backup, right? Click on it. Then you see it here. You see that it's a BAK file. Now, if I send it to you, if I send this one to anyone now, you will not be able to open it. Right? If I send it to anyone, unless you just restore it the way I show you the first one, that you want to open it a normal way, you will not be able to open it. So that is how you can. Someone is asking me, what do you mean by truncate? Sorry, someone should help me to answer this, Chris. What is truncate? I'm using phone. Peter, you are using phone. Okay, well done. Continue using your phone. Okay. Any question? Backup successfully, right? Please, I advise every one of you guys. If you have not been, if you didn't get it, go over the video. The video is there for you. Go back to your YouTube. Look at the video, make sure you get it. You don't know who might having issue that you can assist, right? You can be working in your organization now that they have this backup issue. You can assist them, right? So when you truncate a database, won't the record be missing? That's the essence now. The record, the company, they don't have money to buy more space. So they've already backed it up already. So they can truncate. That's the essence now. I don't want the data again. Like just like the way I back DSA now, this DB now, just like the way I can truncate everything here. Shey you guys understand? I can truncate all this data here. I can truncate them so that new data will come in. So that's the essence. Truncate and delete are almost the same. They are almost the same thing. Just try and get the difference between the two. Okay, truncate means to stop. Alt ongoing. Oh, well done. Okay, right. So thank you everyone. It is nice time having you guys, and thanks the Incubator Hub for the opportunity to tutor you guys, right? Thanks for the opportunity, right? And I wish you guys well in your data analysis journey, right? Please go over the video, watch the video over and over again, get yourself acquainted to everything, right? This is SQL, it's different from Excel. This is SQL, it's different from Excel, right? This is where you store your data. Excel has a limitation of your hosting your data. Excel can only accommodate 1 million plus record. When your data is 1.5 million, Excel will break it. But when you have your data, if it is 10 million, you can have it in your database. Are you getting it? Right? So thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to train you. So I want to see you guys at the top, right? Okay. Good night. My LinkedIn, if you check the PowerPoint, the data, the material I sent to you guys, just use the name there, right? Let me check. Let me see a minute. Just search for Femi Ayodele. Though you see a bracket, MCT, Microsoft Certified Trainer. That's my name, Femi Ayodele. Just use Femi Ayodele to search for my name on LinkedIn. You will see a bracket with MCT. Some of you already tagging me in your post. All right. So, thank you. Bye.